welcome back to channel TrainStation2. Alright, we got first in the first competition in this global summer games. The team lucky, we got soccer and we got first as well. So as usual, we start late the competition so that avoid the tough competitors, and this is the start of the global summer games. You're going to choose. I was having a hard time thinking of whether water sports suits me better or soccer. So take a look at what eventually I've chosen. Right, so for sure I'm into FC24, so I decided to choose soccer as well. So with that, pretty lucky. I mean, all this will be continuing from the round 1 all the way round 6, hopefully. Always has been that case. Whenever the winning team will be winning throughout. So hopefully soccer will win throughout. And of course now, still toying, but I think eventually, I said, there are multiple teams to choose. Athletics, football would still be my favorite. So with that, let's unlock into the Global Summer Games, the map itself. So this is the welcome to the Global Summer Games. And as usual, as I mentioned earlier in the walkthrough, there'll be 3 sets of raw materials to collect, and of course lots of copper, nails and saw blades required. So as usual, you're going to buy 2 slots at the manufacturing sector of the factory itself, but of course before that you have to collect lots of raw materials, nylon especially. This is a very crucial raw material. That's being said, once we collect the batch train, there'll be another raw materials we're going to focus upon. Back to the factory upgrade, as mentioned earlier, 30 gems for 1 slot and 80 gems for another slot. So in total, 110 gems will be spent on that. So for now, trying to clear off some of the inventory. This will make space in the warehouse so they can do more of those event materials and of course the event finished products. So let's see. Definitely the batch trains that I mentioned, we have 5 in total. Batch trains in the you're going to spend keys, you're going to spend your precious gold, and of course there's a free one you can get from the event pass. So with all that, there was also a need to upgrade all these batch trains in order to push up the maximum delivery or collection of materials. There will be many so-called those kind of competitions specific to the event that will again use extra event coins itself, but all this will come to play later on. For now, you can really focus in the first competition as usual, is to make lots of the events complete products itself using the materials. So now what you do is to just check out the materials required for each of the finished products, and of course very quickly we note wood will also be needed. That being said, insufficient materials, especially the event ones, are making a bigger headache. The required items for the 45 seconds delivery was actually quite tough for me as well, but I soon discovered that's a good deal as well. We do not need to focus too much into the 45-second jobs because we can complete them later on when we have that items ready. That also allows an even contribution towards the other jobs itself, and that with the even distribution of efforts and equal opportunity to complete all at the same time, that gives us a good progression in the event map itself. Alright, so now back to the batch trains I mentioned earlier. This is the batch train, the first one, the rare train. Just be careful. I mean, by now you should know when you collect the second batch train, there's an opportunity for you to sell it, but do not do that because that would be a bit of waste. Do remember there will be also batch trains of the common type, so there'll be 2 numbers of this. So 2 rare, 2 common, and of course 1 more in the event maps, which are rare itself. In all events, always strive to go for the goal first. You're going to save up all the event keys, and of course fighting competitions give you opportunity to win 300 event coins. We need 1,000, so probably we need up to the 4th competition in order to claim the legendary train itself. There'll be a job that needs legendary train. That jobs give 100 EP eventually once you clear the first few deliveries itself. So that's important. I mean, it's a game changer to use that legendary train in the events itself. So I guess by fourth competitions or latest the fifth competition, we should get our event trains of the legendary type. Then that would be a game changer to all your competition. But meanwhile, it's all about hard work of getting all the finished products done up ASAP, and then really you have to prioritize using of your union dollars to boost the capacity of the train, and of course spending all my millions of savings and parts into upgrading all these batch trains. It's all hard-earned money, but nonetheless it's important. If you do not upgrade them, there will be no way you can collect good amount of raw materials or delivery of batch trains required jobs. So that's all we could do right now, since we do not have any other types of batch trains. Our focus will be fully upgrade all the 5 batch trains for the first round. Eventually we'll see how that work out, but like I said, event fleet upgrades has its advantage, because you can see here the challenge gave us extra resources. That's how we managed to claim ore for the first instance. So next one, of course, is the frenzy of manufacturing items from the event factory, but that will be done later on. So for now, 13 dispatchers with part-time dispatchers, you really have to appreciate that 14 dispatcher for me, the part-time basis. The advantage of that is an hour extra dispatcher. You can use it for 2 hours. There are 2 ways of doing it. One, of course, you keep on using it for actually 1 hour, and then you send out at the dispatcher at the 59 minutes. So basically you use up the 2 hours in that context. The other way around of using the extra hours is basically on the 59 minutes of after sending out the dispatcher, you call it back with 1 gem, and that will give you another opportunity to send it out for another hour. But that approach, you be careful. What you can do is first dispatch all your dispatchers out for the jobs, and then before you claim that part-time dispatcher, and probably 5 minutes or 2 minutes or at least apart from the 13 dispatchers I have. So the 14 dispatchers will claim 2 minutes after I send out all the 13 dispatchers. And then when the 13 dispatchers comes back an hour later, will be 2 minutes before the last 14 dispatchers coming back. Spend 1 gem just within that minute, call it back immediately, instantaneously, send it out again. That with 1 gem you have gained another 1 hour part-time dispatcher. So that's how you go about it. So of course, the other way would be really spending gems to get additional dispatches for a period of time, which I don't really encourage because it's too costly. So that being said, focus on all the jobs simultaneously in order to have even progress in the event map for the jobs. There will be times we'll be stuck with 3 jobs. Now we are still comfortable with 4 jobs at an instance. Then of course the materials required is a constant requirement you collect before you send out dispatches, so it's a discipline that you're going to maintain. At the same time, you're going to manage your warehouse space, which is an equal headache as well. So with that, you're going to use the 5 building techniques that I always advocate. 5 building techniques is basically staying out the 5 buildings of the lowest level, so that you can get 4 level up building requests. If you fulfill that, you get population. With the population suffice for the upgrade of the warehouse, you should do that so you can grow your warehouse itself. But that being said, now it's a bit troublesome. You got to lay out all the buildings to get that. Alright, so we got first as our individual competitions, and we got first as well under soccer under the team contribution itself. Alright, so there's something to look forward to for the next 5 competitions. Hopefully you get first throughout. Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe, and good luck for the second competition. Goodbye.